Welcome again. I'm Robert, and this is Chandler and Myra. They're going to be helping me today show you how to do a little bit of yoga work on low back pain, maybe a little bit of hip tightness. But a lot of people have problems with their hips and legs from sitting. We're going to show you some really gentle, easy to use stretches. Almost anyone can use at home. You don't even have to be an adept or someone you think of that does yoga all the time. Very easy to help a lot of people with lumbar spine pain and low back pain that's easy to address. Slowly lower yourself down onto your back, and you can keep your knees in a sit-up position, usually about 45 degrees. What I want you to be able to do just to begin unwinding some tension in your lumbar spine is what I call the windshield wiper, which is you're swaying the knees back and forth from side to side. If it feels more comfortable for you to pull your heels a little closer into your bottom, feel free to. What we're mainly focusing on isn't the legs as much as it is the connection at the hips, the connection at the gluteals, and then mobilizing the sacrum, the 5 or 6 fused vertebra at the base of the spine. So you're mobilizing that and opening up the facet joints in the lumbar spine. You're lengthening muscles. And as Myra and Chandler go side to side, pick the sweet spot you want to hang out in. You can prop your feet in a way that allows you to relax there. There we go. See? Total differences. I have them do that on purpose so you can see your pose and position will be different. Maybe it will be like Chandler's, but it might not be quite as deep. There's no judgment about how mobile or immobile you are. You're always working where you're at now. In this position, can you take a big in-breath? And I want you to breathe into that tension. I want you to feel that in your hips, in your lumbar spine, and I want you to invite an opening. Yes. And slowly you can unwind from that position. As you go back into the windshield wiper, sometimes people want to counterbalance. They want to go the opposite way. What's the next spot? The next space that you find, that you mobilize and you feel something along your sacrum, something along your gluteals that you want to hang out in. Can you give it nuance, a little bit of movement? Maybe the knees are closer to the chest. Maybe one leg is lifted higher than the other. You can come over a little bit more if you need to. There you go. Now breathe into that tension and allow it to unwind. Couple more good deep breaths, working with your own body, slowly at a pace that you can handle. This can feel intense. It should never feel painful. And slowly roll back to center. You can pull your knees in towards your chest. You can get a comfortable grip, whatever that is for you. And Chandler and Myra both already started. They understand my method. They move. They're mobilizing, rolling on their lumbar spine and sacrum. They can give that whatever nuance, is that a new word? Nuance, I like it. Whatever nuance they prefer, which means you can slightly change position so that your back is pressing into the mat. There's a little bit of pressure there. You can pull the knees closer into the chest. Where's your pose? Now breathe. Large and deep. Now, I'll have them bring the left leg out down on the floor, holding the right leg up. They can get a good grip around the right tibia to pull the knee in towards the chest. Again, it can feel intense, maybe in the front along the hip joint. But slowly, what happens if you bring the leg a little bit more lateral? or a little bit more medial in towards the center line? Which of those feels better to you? A little more lateral? Okay. Now, you can hold this at home. You can use your arms, your pythons, Hulk Hogan, that's right, right through your arms here to be able to hold that. In her case, I'm going to give her an assist so she can let her arms go. Let me see this right here. How's that right there? Perfect. There we go. Can you press against me just a little bit, like push there? I'm providing just a little bit of kinesthetic, some proprioceptive feedback. This allows her to let her arms go, gives her hands just a break. And you want just a bit more?
Nope.
Good right there. I will also tell students when she says nope, that is the best student ever. Because now I can trust that when I give her an assist or ask her for feedback, she can say no. When she can say no, she can consent and allow me to help instruct her in a way that's going to be more effective. Can you go ahead and use your hands to get a grip again? And then for you, Myra, is it a little more internal or a little more lateral? A little more lateral. Okay, bring it in with your hands first. Let me see where it's at right there. Is that good? Cool. So right here. Is that too much?
No.
There you go. You want a bit more?
A little bit.
A little bit? How's that right there?
That's good.
You can easily do this on your own at home using your hands. Breathe. Slowly you can use your hands again. One last big in and out breath. And slowly unwind. You can move that around any way that feels good for you. And then I want you to switch legs. You're going to lengthen out the right leg, pull the left knee in. When you guys pull into your hip, do you feel that in your low back?
I feel my low back pushing into the ground.
Yeah. Just feedback. Yeah. You'll feel it to different degrees. You're always just working with your body. You'll notice that I haven't even told you to stretch like a specific muscle because this is a complex movement. We're dealing with the hip joint. We're dealing with the lumbar spine. We're dealing with facet joints along the lumbar spine. After they are in position, I'm going to give some additional nuance by working on the opposite leg, which is, if I give you some pressure here, how's that?
Good.
Is that too much on your knee?
No.
Do you prefer the pressure down towards your knee or up towards the hip?
Both are interesting.
Okay, so I'm going to go back and forth, down towards the knee. And then you continue just focusing on that guy right there. How's that?
Perfect.
Big, broad pressure. And she breathes. There we go. Much like a pair of pliers or a pair of scissors, when I'm grabbing down towards the knee, just adds a little bit of nuance while they continue working on this. I like that she went to this where she wrapped the elbow around. That's going to save her hands if she does this a little bit longer. If I give you some pressure here, how's that?
That's good.
Okay. Pressure down towards the knee or up towards the hip?
Down.
Down, right there.
Yes.
And breathe. I'm anchoring one side. If you're doing this at home and you don't have someone to assist, you can just extend the leg out, pulling the foot back towards the face, sort of extending the right heel down and away. There's lots of active and passive in my classes. I love to give hands-on assists just for increased awareness. Most of what we do is we add a unique input into the nervous system and then allow the student's body to respond. And slowly I back off. And how are we to go? Back to neutral. Back to maybe sit-up position. You can move those legs around. How's your low back feel? Good. Go ahead and lengthen out the right leg and then bending the left. Can you do a little twist? Can you pull that guy over away from the cameras? There we go. You can bring the knee as high or as low as you prefer. Some people will feel a little bit of stretch along their gluteals and low back. Where's your comfortable range of motion? I want you to breathe into that. And because I'm here, I can assist over here with a little pull. How's this? Good. What if I give you a little jostle kind of back and forth? How's that? All right. And versatile yoga teacher, what if I give you some assist there? Is that too much?
No.
No? Foot's okay, Myra?
Yes.
There we go. The back and forth is still good?
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Now, you can do this yourself. Having the assist is really nice. And slowly you can unwind. And then switch sides. Left leg lengthens out. Right leg crosses over. Real open there. Feel free to shimmy into position to something that feels comfortable. Maybe it feels intense but not painful. And from here, Myra, do you prefer if the knee is a little bit higher, a little bit lower?
That feels good right there.
Okay, not too much on your knee where it hits the ground?
No.
Okay, what if I give you some of this through your IT band?
Yeah, that feels good.
That feels good? Okay. I couldn't give her much more twist just because she's already twisted. I'm going to see if I can hook my forearm right there. Now, how is that little bit of assist there?
Good.
There we go. I know the Yoga Alliance is going to come after me for this. It's like, what is he doing? This is inappropriate contact with students. It's like, it's my foot. Calm down. Right there. How's that?
Great.
What about the little shoulder here? There. Usually it's just trying to provide a unique input into the student's nervous system so they can unwind. We have to be careful about physical contact and how it's received, but I ask for lots of feedback to make sure it feels comfortable to them. Do you prefer the pressure more down, Myra, or more up?
Up.
Up, is that too much right there?
No, that's good.
There we go. Then out towards the knee? Or there we go. Now what do you think? More down towards the feet, Chandler?
Yeah.
There we go. Breathe. You can give your own nuance. You can change position through the legs, through the feet to make this comfortable. And I'm slowly going to back off on both to leave them out at neutral on their own. When they're ready, they can go ahead and roll back to center. Now, if you have your knees in sit-up position again, you're going to windshield wiper again. We're searching through our hips, through our lumbar spine, through our gluteals, and we're asking, where do we still feel tension? As Chandler and Myra continue to explore, we're working towards the end. I'm going to have them come back to just a gentle, comfortable sit-up position. The legs don't have to be out. I'm going to have them do a quick 30-second Shavasana, which means they're just relaxing their legs, their low back, sinking into the ground. If they feel more comfortable with their legs out, they can do that. If you feel more comfortable with your legs bent in a sit-up position, that works fine as well. Some people will feel a little more comfortable in their lumbar if their knees are lifted. I don't want to make any judgments about that. Everyone's body and the way you'll respond will be slightly different. They're going to breathe And as you breathe comfortably, you're trying to release and unwind any residual tension you might have in your low back, in your gluteals, in your hips. If you find something that you can't quite release, feel free to gently contract muscles and hold and squeeze. And then when those muscle feels like they're tiring, you can go ahead and exhale, release, unwind, let them go. Thank you so much for tuning in today to our video. We hope that it helped you with your low back pain, and we look forward to working with you in the future. And thank you so much to Myra and Chandler for working with us today.